Well, hello my beautiful Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Capricorn, this is your monthly reading for December. Firstly, I have gone away to visit family for the last couple of weeks, so I do apologize for the slight echo here. The acoustics are not brilliant, but I will be back in my usual space in the next couple of days. So thank you so much for your patience with this. But here we are, of course, in the final month of the year. It's been a bit of a crazy one, but we made it through and we are left to reflect on how much you've grown as a person through all the ups and downs. Take stock of all your personal successes, both big and small, and reflect on the lessons you've learned, as well as set new visions for the future. Now this is a big month to decompress, to let your hair down, but give one more final push to close out the year on a high. And of course we have Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Neptune and Chiron currently retrograding, and Mars will follow suit from the 6th of December. So you may feel like the pace or the energy is starting to slow down a little as we move to close out 2024 and embrace 2025. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, for we have now officially moved into Sagittarius season, which influences us all to harness our personal power. Now this month it hits a little bit different. We have 2 new moons, which brings a healthy dose of optimism and a touch of grounded preparation for the future. Now the new moon on the 1st, it nudges us all to notice where we could encourage our wild side to come out and play a little bit more, seek new adventures, be more spontaneous, or acknowledge if our happiness has been blocked in some area of our life, so that we can set changes in motion to unblock and let more happiness flow in. Now it also asks us to have faith on our path. Even if our path ahead feels unclear or uncertain, know that all shall come together as you desire. The second new moon on the 30th, often called the black moon, increases our manifestation potential with its heightened energy, as well as our libido. It reignites our lust for life, and it occurs in your sign, my beautiful Capricorn, encouraging us all to set new visions in motion to move towards success for the year ahead. So actually you're going to be influenced by it the most. Now, of course, happy birthday to all those late December Capricorns out there, and of course all those Capricorns who have their birthday in January as well. I hope you have the most magical time. But let's get back to December. It also helps us to tap into party mode. But as 2024 has been a little bit challenging, you may feel too exhausted to party. However, that Sagittarius energy, it will actually influence you and revitalize your spirits, increase your energy to spend quality time with your nearest and dearest, or seek out new experiences to rediscover the sparkle and the magic of the everyday moment. Now, if you're someone who has moments of psychic intuition, expect your knowingness to increase as well. This month will be powerful for that. And of course, as I always say, with every positive, there is an opposite. Now, I don't want to say it is negative, because I don't feel it is negative. We have your planet that's highly connected to you. Sirius planet Saturn is also at a hard angle to the moon at the beginning of the month, which forces us all to be a little bit stricter with our finances and of course our time, as well as influencing us to take a cold hard look at long-term goals. So there may be a little bit of a push and pull between responsibilities and party time, but of course balance is always the key to getting the best out of a situation. And do not forget to celebrate your wonderful accomplishments. Don't gloss over the experiences you've had in 2024. Now, we are already under one of the most prolific influences, Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. It affects us all to detox, declutter, remove the old to clear space for the new. So you may be conscious of not overindulging this month, or even start early with your intentions for the new year. Now, this is an obvious energy, but the full moon is in Gemini, which could wreak havoc with postal deliveries. So get orders in early, as Mercury is also in retrograde until the 15th of December. Travel delays and disruptions may increase as well. So I would suggest getting important information or documents saved down or in writing, as power outages and gremlins in the system tend to occur during these retrogrades. And of course, we have the solstice on the 21st. That is a perfect day to send your gratitude and wishes out to the universe. This powerful day sends a ripple effect out to your future, connecting your vibrations to the outcome you desire. So be clear and set time aside to utilize that energy. Now, for some of you, you may not wish to know how this energy can affect us all globally, so please fast forward until I pick up the first card. But if you're staying on to find out how it does, then we have planet Mars stationing, then retrograding on the 6th. Now, this station point on the 6th, it can be pretty volatile, increasing the potential for a sudden battle of egos. This could also result in some sort of event where the world will take notice. But the retrograde itself, after the 6th, it can actually encourage a temporary pause on conflicts. Mars stationing, it is chaotic and it is unpredictable. And on a personal level, this day in particular could be highly pressurized, and people tend to get a little bit cranky during this planetary shift. So watch out for that there as well. Now, Saturn also clashes with Jupiter, which could provoke a temporary dip in the financial markets, but things will stabilize, of course. And it also causes bursts of tension between people when governing bodies go too far. Society pushes back, enough is enough, as Saturn fights hard to bring stability and order to global systems. Now, Pluto also works hard to expose corruption, so we will continue to see many exposés in order to bring justice, and that will continue for many years to come. And Neptune goes direct on the 7th, so we could see a tectonic plate shift detected that brings sudden changes to water conditions for some, and of course some more of that crazy weather. But on a personal level, this energy actually lifts brain fog or confusion around your goals, aiding you to be clear and direct. But with so many planets either retrograding or shifting this month, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but it does remind you to embrace the moment with those you care about, reconnect to things that you love doing just because it feels good, and clear out 2024 to make way for a fresh new start in 2025. And remember, Venus slides into Aquarius's DMs on the 7th, making it a perfect month to discover love or even reestablish long-term relationships with that fuzzy feeling. Yes, there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty in the world, and the planetary energy works so hard to avoid escalation in the month of December. It's important not to let fear control your vibration, because of course it will rob you of joy. Easier said than done, I know, but energy, it emits from the human, and it will just perpetuate a cycle of fear. So this is a perfect month to actually tap into your own energy with love and celebrate the wonderful you and the people that you care about. And remember that you are a human being, not just a human doing. And it's been a monumental year, but as Mars goes through one of its retrograde cycles, the pressure will be off. It's time to relax, recalibrate, reflect on the reality of your situation, set new intentions, reestablish creative patterns, recharge, reclaim your personal power, and of course, reignite that fire in your soul to make long-lasting changes for your bright future ahead. And I see a lot of you are focusing on your own needs. You're prioritizing yourself this month and focusing on your finances whilst opening yourself up to more learning. I feel like you're learning more about yourself. This is a highly kind of soul-searching month for you. Your first card there is the Hermit. Now, this card can indicate that you're reaching for something, you're strategizing. I mean, even though everyone else is slowing down, your pace with the Chariot card indicates you are going to be busy. You're keeping yourself involved in your goals, your tasks, your responsibilities, and that may be like your 12th house and your 6th house influencing you. This is very much your 12th house, okay? And this is all about you feeling deep emotions, a very sensitive time for you to commit to your higher self, to really tap into your intuition, develop a deeper sense of awareness, and receive important messages for your personal growth and of course for your future. So you may feel a little bit like withdrawing at some points at the beginning of the month, withdrawing into self to focus on things that really matter to you. This card indicates as well that you're exhausted, okay? You're always on the go. I feel like you've been super busy. You have projects that are still in motion. I feel a lot of you have been tested. You've been going through a difficult time, but I do see that this is going to get easier for you. And the Hermit indicates that you are coming out of that tunnel. It may have been a dark time for some of you. You may have struggled with something personal, and I feel the light is about to be seen and embraced by you. Now, also, I feel you're thinking about your journey this month. You're thinking about your inner compass. You're thinking about the next steps of where you want to take life to. But also, I feel like you are going to benefit from time alone. So this could be that you're going to kick back and relax when you have a moment, because that Chariot card tells me you're going to be pushed and pulled in many different directions. I feel also that you're focusing on a stricter budget, keeping a tight rein on your finances, looking at payment plans, whether you have debt, for example. I feel like you're putting strict budgets in place in order to take that debt down. And if you're someone who doesn't have debt, I definitely see that you are making some headway on savings as well. I mean, even if you have debt, I still see you being able to save a little bit more, but you're making an impact on those payments, and you're making sure that you stick within a budget there as well. The Hermit energy is really a reflective time to recharge your batteries because you are so exhausted. It feels like a lot of you have been running on empty, but you've been gathering a lot of knowledge. I feel you're learning more about yourself, what you're capable of, and I feel a lot of you are keeping a strict eye on the way that the world is being governed as well, because you may be looking at how it affects your personal situation. You have the Hierophant here, which can connect to establishments, governing bodies who influence how things are run in the world. And you may be thinking of, what's your plan for the future and how things are going to pan out. So a lot of you are tapping into your intuition and having hunches of things that you feel like you need to do. So for some of you, and this is a big energy and it may not resonate with everyone, but it's coming through, so I have to mention it. December may be a time where you're thinking about where you feel like you belong in the world. You may be thinking about going overseas, maybe emigrating or migrating your business overseas. Some of you are also thinking about just tying up loose ends because you are in need of a vacation and you're going on a quick trip. Some of you are actually going to see people you haven't seen for a while there. But ultimately, I feel this month is about new knowledge. A lot of you will be discovering, huge truths or epiphanies about yourself and what you're capable of, and you've been under a lot of pressure recently. I mean, the Seven of Wands tells me there's been a lot of pressure, but I'm being given this sentence and it's so wild. I almost kind of like not sure whether I should say it or not, but there's an energy here. I'll just give you the sentence. It's like, stay sexy. Okay, that's what I'm being given. Stay sexy. I mean, it really does actually kind of resonate with these cards. You have the Devil card there, of course, which is your energy, my beautiful Capricorn. Doesn't always have to be negative. I will tap into it when I get there. But that Seven of Wands, that figure there is at the top of the pyramid. So this can indicate that you are striving to be at the top of your rank when it comes to career. It could also be that you are on top of your goals or your tasks, your responsibilities. It could also be that, you are tapping into your passions at this time. Maybe even some flirtations at the end of the month. I see a lot of you kind of like looking at, going out there, being a little bit more sociable at the end of the month. The beginning of the month is kind of like you focusing on what you need to do to keep life running smoothly. And I mean, she showed a little bit of leg there. So maybe, that is like a sentence that you should remember in the month of December. I mean, always just stay sexy. I feel like you are someone who attracts a lot of attention. Even if you feel like you don't, you're going to notice people noticing you and attracting a lot of attention for various reasons in the month of December. Some of you, it could be you're attracting an opportunity. It could be that you're attracting something that you're really passionate about. Maybe it's, friendships that really spur you on and celebrate you, and it just puts like an extra spring in your step, as it were. You are someone who's self-sufficient and independent. You don't need someone else's validation for you to feel really excited about your goals or be successful. But sometimes, when you vibe with the right people, you brainstorm, the energy is contagious. So it could be that you're surrounding yourself with people who really just change your vibration and make you feel excited about stuff. For some of you, it could be that, there is a flirtation coming in with somebody, but I will tap into that energy. Ultimately, I see a lot of you looking at your temptations and conquering them. I'm really being given an energy here of true power comes from mastering oneself. Okay, so a lot of you are conquering things that perhaps trigger you, or you are healing. Some of you, it could be temptations, like thoughts become things, and sometimes you may have been a little bit grouchy because you've been under a lot of pressure recently. Feel like you're trying to reach for the positive of a situation and not allow yourself to get lost in the funk of life, because sometimes we just do. So with that Hierophant energy, I feel like you're committing to things that you really are excited about, that you are feeling are important in your life. I also feel like you are sticking to your intentions, and you're not going to fall off the bandwagon, as it were, as you move into 2025. I feel like actually you're sticking to what you believe in. Also deepening your belief system. That you're on the right track, you're on the right course, which I feel like you are. And with the Hierophant there, this is literally commitment. Okay, it is commitment to relationships, to friendships. Your 12th house indicates you're committed to learning more about yourself. A lot of you are going to kick back with a documentary, or watch something on the unknown, submerge yourself in movies or information, new knowledge. Also, some of you may even put yourself on a spiritual retreat, or be saving for some sort of retreat to kind of enhance yourself or master yourself in some way, because the Hermit is to withdraw, and the Chariot card can be to a little vacation or to some sort of little getaway where you can just really think about your path or discover more about yourself. Now, for some of you, not all of you, but some of you may actually be getting married in the month of December. If that's you, congratulations. I feel like you're going to have a wonderful time. I hate to give this one little message there. There may be a slight delay if you're going on honeymoon. I see delays for all travel. I hate to say that, but I do see it. You're going to get to your destination. It's going to be wonderful, but at the same time, you may get a little bit of compensation for any travel delays, which actually, it feels like almost half the travel money will kind of come back to you. That's what I'm feeling there. Ultimately, you'd rather have the time, because you are someone who is very conscious of time and not wasting it. So I feel, you may be a little bit disgruntled, but don't allow it to ruin the moment, because I feel like you're going to get to your destination, you're going to have a wonderful time, and I feel, it's going to be awesome. So congratulations. For some of you, you're actually planning a wedding. So it could be that you are consumed with those thoughts and trying to budget in an effective way for something in 2025. Now, others of you, you're committing yourself to being strict with your finances in order to purchase a car, for example, because the Chariot card can be all about a car. But I feel a lot of you are focused on your home life in the month of December, feeling like where you belong, where you should plant roots, or whether you should move. And a lot of you may even think about, your roots, as in your family history, your family lineage. Some of you may be looking back at the experiences they had, and who you are and how you're carrying the baton on for the next generation, your legacy that you leave. But others of you may be looking at health and what runs in the family, and just being on top of your health, so that you can somehow avoid a family thing, if that makes sense. And I actually see that you do, because the Seven of Wands is to protect. It is a defensive energy, so it means that you are staying on top of things things, and I feel that you're making sure that you don't give in to your temptations or anything that tempts you to go down a route where you could eventually get something that is hereditary, for example, okay? Now, of course, the Hierophant also indicates a lot of you are thinking about new knowledge. Some of you may be putting yourself in a course of learning or booking something that is historical, for example, or something that helps you learn more about yourself or your body or your career, for example. I mean, I still see that you're very productive and very goal-oriented in the month of December, but your 6th house of daily routines takes over from your 12th house, and that can be all about, you know, mundane tasks, for example, focusing on work or paying bills, saving plans, budgets, repayment plans, your responsibilities, basically. In this house, it can feel a little bit dull or boring. So maybe that Devil card can indicate that, you know, it feels like business as usual in December, but it keeps life running smoothly so that you can focus on having a little bit more fun. So everything's ticking over in the background as it should. Some of you may be moving money around this month in order to make things work, but I see anything that's been spent gets replenished there. And if some of you have come to this reading and you've been out of work, you may have been looking for new opportunities, whether you were made redundant or whether you were having to make a decision to walk away from something. I see that there are a couple of opportunities that come in, but there's really one. It's like a managerial role or a role that sets you apart from other people. It actually is really well paid, and it's going to come in like the 11th hour in December. So it may be something that you actually start in January, but you may hear about it in the month of December. So I feel congratulations will be in order for you as well. So don't lose hope. I definitely see that there is something coming in for you there as well. But there may be a choice and you may have to decide. I feel one is further away from where you live than now. I mean, for some of you, it could be an overseas opportunity, and some of you may even be thinking about being seconded from a company that you work in to be overseas or be abroad, as it were. So you may be looking at like migrating your skills into an alternative opportunity, and you just want a new set of scenery, let's put it that way. Now, also, some of you may be thinking about retirement, whether you're thinking about your pension plans or whether you're thinking about actually retiring. I feel this is a great month to really make a plan for it. Some of you may have delayed your retirement, but now you're thinking seriously about the date that you want to retire. And if you are retired, I see a lot of travel this month, you know, visiting people, people visiting you. You know, the Chariot card is all about travel. But also, on a personal level, this is about your motivation. It increases. It actually starts to propel you forward. And whatever goals you have, whether it's a personal development plan or a goal to transform your life in some way, you are moving forward and you are actually making major improvements there. You're going to see victory. You're going to see evidence of your hard work paying off there. And this card, it can indicate you have a lot of passion and drive this month, especially since you have a Devil card. You know, the Devil card can literally mean that you are reigniting your lust for life. You're leading with your passions and you're getting more creative this month, but also you're leaving the past behind, leaving the old to embrace the new. So a lot of you, I feel like you are very realistic in your energy that, okay, you know, it's the end of a year, but how will it be different next year? I feel like you're setting plans in motion to make sure it is different. And I feel like you are going to be very successful, actually. This month, you may hear of bonuses or increases in your finances. Some of you, if you have a pension, it could be that there's an increase in your pension pot this month as well. You know, it will fluctuate, of course, pension pots, but I feel there is an increase there. And I also see this energy of passing a test. So some of you may literally be taking, you know, a driving test. You may pass your test. Congratulations. Some of you, if you've already tried and did not pass the first time, you're passing this time. I want you to be aware of that. So have confidence, you know, in your wonderful self. Be open to discovering the road as you, you know, discover it. And of course, you know, you're going to pass with flying colors. So congratulations there as well. There's a lot of good news around you at this moment in time, but I feel this sense of independence. So it could be that, you know, this is a time where typically some people go and visit family and friends that they haven't seen for a while. There is a togetherness here about your energy, but also I feel like you are focusing on your health this month and restarting either a diet or an exercise plan, sleeping patterns. And I feel you're trying to protect your energy. So it could be that, if you go and visit family, sometimes it feels comfortable and you get into a cycle of like feeling really cozy. You may let your dietary requirements slip a little bit, it can feel so comfortable that you get into old habits, reach for that chocolate biscuit or overindulge. But the energy actually this month is going to make most people say, no, not going to do that. You're focused on your health. Your sixth house actually kind of like pushes you, encourages, shall we say, not pushes, encourages you to make sure that you stay on target. So I do see that you're defending against temptation, against toxicity. A lot of you, there is this real force within you to remain independent, to live life on your own terms and live a life that if people don't understand it, that's their problem. It's not their life, it's yours. So I really feel here that you don't have to explain yourself. There's an energy here of, retaining this sense of independence. And actually the people around you really respect you for that and actually kind of wish they could do it themselves. So just want you to be aware of that too. Now, the World card in the reverse, it can indicate some of you have experienced some setbacks and it's made you start thinking, okay? It's almost like made you feel a little bit more strict with your time, your energy, your resources. And I want you to be aware, don't be too hard on yourself. Have some compassion because sometimes, how can I put this? I'm being given an energy that sometimes good luck can be dressed up as bad luck, okay? Or a setback. And if you feel like you've had some sort of setback, it means something was not meant for you because whatever is meant for you, it will never pass you by. So if you feel something has not gone the way you hoped, or you feel a little bit disappointed, or you feel there's been setbacks, delays, or a little bit of chaos, because I do see in the month of December a little bit of a flurry energy around you, like chaotic energy, either a delay or, if you have an important meeting, for example, or an important date, I would say leave a little bit earlier than usual because I feel this energy of being like, oh gosh, I gotta get there, or I didn't get that, I've got to get that one thing. So I just feel a little bit of chaotic energy with this World card there for you, okay? Now the World card actually indicates balance and alignment in the upright. So some of you may have felt that you're just feeling a little bit out of sync, okay? And that's why you need to withdraw in order to recharge your batteries and get back to best. Because I do see that you've been running on empty, like on a soul level, exhausted. And a lot of it can be that you feel that the world has literally turned upside down. You may feel that it's a crazy place. You don't really know where you stand anymore. You may feel that everything you used to know as solid and true, now it's questionable, or it just feels like a lot. It just feels like time has changed in some way. It may feel that relationships, friendships have changed. I actually see someone here who has been very distant with you in the past. This could be someone who was an ex. It can be someone who is actually a family member. I'm not being given that energy right now. This is someone who really tested your patience, really sort of like made you feel like completely shutting down and moving away from this person. This person, they feel it's unfinished business, and December is the month that they want to reconnect. So it may be an ex, it may also be a family member who causes conflict, or someone who likes to basically have the last word. This person, I feel like all your cards are saying you're moving away from this energy or protecting your energy from any trigger points from this person. But they could reach out in the month of December. And I want to see what their intention is. So let me just pull a card on that. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Capricorn? Also, I'm picking up an energy of a person who gets a little bit cranky mid-month. So if you are someone who is an entrepreneur, you could get a very difficult customer in the middle of the month. Don't let this knock your confidence. This person, they are just not happy with anything, okay? So I feel like you diplomatically put this person in their place because, of course, you're very professional. This person will not act professional, but they will go away and take a cold, hard look at their actions. And I feel this person will return to you and your services with their tail between their legs. I feel like they will give some sort of an apology. Let's put it that way, because I feel there's something here that this person they're not really willing to take accountability 100% for their actions, okay? I want you to be aware of that. If you work in a company as well, it could even be a neighbor. It doesn't have to be job related. It could be, you know, even like an encounter on the subway where someone says something a little bit au fait or gets in your face or something like that. So just watch out for that. I feel like you just diffuse the situation or ignore it. A lot of you with that Hermit energy, you just go, you know what, this isn't worth it. So you may just like walk away and, you know, leave it there because you're not about conflict in the month of December. Now, this person, whoever they are, they actually do have a lot of feelings for you, okay? They're showing up again as Queen energy. Again, this is not a gender-specific reading. It's all about the energy. So you've got the Hermit energy. Either this person, if it's love, they are checking to see if you are still single, okay, or if you're available. And I feel this person may be just single, or maybe, you know, it's coming to the end of the year and they're reminiscing. But I would say this person, you're so fed up of this person's actions. The Knight of Wands indicates this person is a temporary feature. It can indicate that their goal is to come in and, you know, try to be open emotionally and try to, you know, reconnect on a very sort of like loving level. But with the Knight of Wands and the Four of Cups energy, it tells me this person, they're here today, gone tomorrow, that they fall into a same kind of like pattern or repeat, and you're so over it. You're just so not about it. You're closed off to this. It could also be, you know, a family member, as I said, or it could be a neighbor who tries to make small talk because they have an intention or they have like an agenda. Maybe they want to, you know, like cut down the fence and it's between both of you, or they want to cut down like a hedge or something and they have to be nice to you because it involves you having to make that decision or something. So just watch out for that. It's almost like I feel someone with an ulterior motive approaches you in the month of December and you're like, you see through this completely and you're not about it. Now also, a lot of you are kind of looking at following your heart, rediscovering your passions. You want new adventures, you want to thrive. I feel a lot of you as well with that Hermit energy, you may have almost been in Hermit mode, okay? I'm being given a song, and this song has come up before, so I apologize if it's come up for your reading before, but I can't do anything about that. I have to just honor what is given to me in each moment. I scry in the water at the same time as doing a reading, and I hear, I'm clairaudient, I'm hearing just one sentence. I ain't got no time for no monkey business. Okay, it's a Queen song. I think it's called Living on My Own when I sort of researched it last time. And I feel this energy of like, you've got stuff to do, you haven't got time for time wasters. And I feel that's how you're leading your life right now, but also in 2025 as well. So you will hear from a person, I ain't got no time for no monkey business. I'm seeing lots of candles around you as well. So this is like a highly enlightened time for you, where you're just seeing through people's motivations. You're just seeing things that other people are not seeing at this time. And you are creating a sanctuary around you of healing, but also of peace. I feel a lot of you are trying to simplify your life at this time, but you're being super goal oriented. And the World card tells me that a lot of you are going to reach your goals. And I feel like you're going to have some celebrations, especially at the end of the month. This could be bonus time for some, or it could be new money. Some of you are actually launching businesses because the Hermit is to go solo. The World card can be to go global. And of course, the King of Pentacles there means that you're attracting more wealth. So if you're doing something online, this could be, you know, an idea that you've had in the past that you're actioning in the month of December, or at least laying the blueprints of it, and it's going to be so successful. It is going, I'm just hearing ka-ching, 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 oh my gosh. Well, okay, that kind of tells me that there's going to be a lot of money around you for sure. So if you are on a creative pursuit right now, you have something to launch, I see it being very, very successful. Indeed, some of you, this could be second streams of income, even if you're retired, because the World card can be like the end of a cycle. You know, it doesn't mean that you're not doing things, you're still like connecting to projects. Some of you may actually do a creative endeavor, something that you just feel is an extension of yourself that you really love doing, and you actually put it out there and people love it. So it could be that you are either like going online, like a media influencer, and talking about your retirement or the steps that you took to retire, or, you know, traveling around as a retiree. Some of you may be launching kind of like business ventures like that, where you're actually funding a little bit more of your pension plan as well. Some of you, it could be, if you're not retired, it could be that you're thinking about all the knowledge that you have and creating like a book or you know, some sort of class of learning that you put online that ticks over in the background, and it becomes passive income once you've done all the work on it. So a lot of you could be withdrawing in order to just create stable futures, and you're using the internet or the ether, because swords are all about the air, you know, things that travel by air. So this can be like stuff you communicate to other people, stuff that you strategize in order to help others or benefit yourself as well. And I feel this would be very lucrative for you long term. For some of you, that Hermit energy and the World card as well indicates that some of you have been feeling a little bit lonely, because I'm hearing that song again, and I feel that song, it actually has a lyric where it's like they're just feeling a bit isolated and lonely. So it could be that you've been very driven and you just feel a little bit disconnect, or you feel that you want to be more integrated. I see a lot of you doing more things in the community or connecting to more people in the month of December and really letting your hair down and having a lot of fun. But this comes like in the second week of December onwards. I feel the first week you're kind of like just business as usual, doing your projects. Now, of course, the Queen of Swords is an energy that in the upright indicates that you're strategizing, you're clear, you're direct, you know what you want for your future, you're deep in thought, you're highly intelligent, and I feel like you are focused on you know, your plans, and you're turning your back to the past. The Queen of Swords always looks to the future. So it's almost like you are so over 2024 that you're like living in 2025 already in your mind, okay? Now this card indicates that you're creative and also courageous in your endeavors. You're using your intellect and rationale, your logic, to make a decision on something. So I feel there could be a head over heart decision to sort of move through in the month of December, and you're going to make the right decision for you. It's a very powerful card, but it also highlights you're someone who sticks to your principles, especially when it comes to the Hierophant energy. So if anyone is trying to influence you in a negative way, or anyone is toxic, I feel like you are disconnecting from this person or this situation, and you are choosing you in this situation. So whether at this time of year, you know, certain relationships can get very volatile, for example, I feel like you're removing yourself out of a difficult situation and perhaps seeking solitude with people that you really care about, who really care about you as well. And you may open up about something that perhaps you've been enduring for some time. You're seeking sanctuary and you're getting help with that as well. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you've been going through a very toxic relationship with a person and it starts to increase this time of year. I feel there is help out there for you, and I feel like you will seek it out and actually remove yourself from this situation as well. So with a lot of love and respect, I will disconnect from that energy. Now also, this card can indicate that you are responding differently to challenging situations. I feel like you are managing stress levels, you're making sure that you focus more on your health, and that you are noticing your cortisol levels, because the Seven of Wands with the Devil card, it can be trigger points that raise your anger, your frustration. I mean, the Devil card can indicate, especially with the Seven of Wands there, that you're angry at something or somebody, but you're trying to just temper things and say, actually, this is hurting me and not the other person. So I feel like you are like spiritually evolving in a massive way this month, and you're passing a test. You're passing like a spiritual test, a personal test, as well as like tests outside ourselves. With the Six of Swords, it's in the resistance position at first, so it does tell me that, of course, you have been going through a testing time, but it goes into the upright as you move through the rest of December, which tells me that, you know, there is a brighter future ahead of you and things get easier, okay? A lot of you, this is you quietening the inner critic, taking charge of your thoughts, not to tear yourself down or torment yourself with things that you feel you didn't complete just yet. You know, remember, you are a human being, not just a human doing. And this card in particular, it can indicate that you're overcoming a problem. Problem solving is a big thing in the month of December for you. And it basically represents a major breakthrough on your journey. For some of you, it could be a new job, or it could be that you are relocating to a new premises, or a new home, for example. A lot of you, if you're in business, it could be that you're migrating skills or launching different parts of your business, diversifying, and it can be that you're not really sure how things are going to go, but you're trusting in yourself, you're backing yourself, and you're following your passions, and it's actually going to increase your finances. Also, some of you, there may be some sort of work event or trip or team building exercise is what I'm seeing there. I feel it will be enjoyable, but it really highlights one person's agenda. It's like someone kind of reveals themselves to you in the month of December, and you're like, I always knew that about you. But it kind of like solidifies the fact that you were right on something, okay? Now, of course, Six of Swords can also be that you are going on a vacation, and it can indicate that there will be some travel delays, but you'll be compensated there. I feel, you'll get to your destination. But also, more than anything, I feel a lot of you are like reshaping your landscape for the year ahead. You're preparing yourself, you're strategizing, you're sticking to your goals, you're staying on top of your finances, and you're making sure that you do what is right for you. Not in an egotistical way. I feel like you're learning to articulate your needs in a healthy way. So if you're in a marriage, for example, you're learning that, of course, no one is a mind reader, and that we have to kind of like compromise in some areas, but also articulate our needs in a healthy way, and it coming from a healthy place actually shows the other person that we're a team. We're not against each other. We're in it together. For some of you, if you are actually looking for love, I feel there is a strong potential for you to meet a person who is highly flirtatious. And this person, they are very charming. There's a lot of sparkle between you both, a lot of chemistry, but I feel you recognize instantly that this could be a short-term thing. So if you're looking for fling, because everybody's looking for something different, then I definitely see that you have the potential for that with this person. But also, there is someone else coming in. There is someone who is an earth sign. They've got earth in their chart as well. I also see that they've got Cancerian in their chart. So they could be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but also Cancerian energy as well. A little bit of Libra energy there too. And I feel this person, there's a lot of chemistry with this person also, but you can actually see a future with this person. So it's a highly important month for you in terms of meeting a soulmate. So if you're looking for love, I see someone who basically, it's like rivalry, because you have the Seven of Wands, people vying for your attention. And I feel that, you're going to choose the right one. Now, of course, we have the Devil card, which is all about your energy, my beautiful Capricorn. This is about the things that you feel stuck in, feel tied to, get tempted by, where you feel like overindulging. But because we have that Seven of Wands, it's like, nope, I'm staying on top and true to my intentions. You're not allowing yourself to be derailed there. But also the Devil card is about your passion, your lust for life. It can be that you are doing more things that you're passionate about. You're really putting your own needs first there. And I feel this card can indicate that you're being disciplined and you're not allowing yourself to be manipulated by your thoughts or by other people's intentions. It can indicate that, you're looking at your addictions and trying to release those, whether you feel addicted to a pattern or a cycle. A lot of you, you're looking at generational cycles this month and seeing that actually you were given the hard task of breaking that cycle. You're actually going to have a major breakthrough on that in the month of December and realize that you've been set free from it. And now you live your life accordingly by influencing the next steps on your path. You're being responsible and taking accountability for your life. Now, with the Devil card, it's not an evil card. It actually just highlights where we feel stuck. It's about releasing the negatives. And a lot of you, because you have so many swords here, you're trying to release negative thoughts, okay? Because thoughts become things. We can become the sum of what we think we are. Because if we feel like we're not going to be successful, we lose the motivation or drive to even try. And if we feel like we are going to be highly successful, then we have that spark, that passion that drives us forward to never give up on our goals and dreams. And you have that spark. You never give up. You never leave a job undone. And I definitely see that this is going to be an exciting month that you're going to be enthusiastic about. And there's a lot of good news around you as well, okay? Now, some of you may hear of either a family member or a person in your neighborhood or in your job, they're leaving, okay? And this kind of changes the environment a little bit. I would say it changes it for the better, okay? There's just an energy where things are like nicer, okay? So even if it's a family member, it could be that you love this family member, and although it's difficult and you're going to miss them from the neighborhood, or you're going to miss being so close to them, it actually gives both parties a sense of independence where they travel to each other and explore new things together, and it just puts a new vibe in the energy, okay? We have the 9 of Pentacles, so this means you are really striving for independence. Even if you live at home with your family members, I feel like you're doing your own thing, you want to be independent, or you're striving to either purchase your own place or actually rent your own place. You may be having these plans for 2025, but this card indicates that you are successful, that you are driven, you're passionate. I would say don't be a workaholic, don't burn yourself out at both ends of that candle, because, I feel a lot of you are close to burnout there. I feel moderation is the key. But also this is about being comfortable. This is a card of prosperity. It's about seeing all the hard work coming together. So whether you've been working hard in your career, you're going to see some sort of financial reward, bonus, or an increase in your finances, a secure energy there. Some of you, it could be that you've been working on an exercise plan or a dietary related thing, and you're going to see evidence of it working for you. Perhaps there's a substance that you've been having that triggers allergies, for example, or you just feel it's been causing you to be lethargic. It can be that you decide to cut it out and suddenly you feel at your optimum best. You feel great in yourself. This is a card of having a glow up. This is a card of being out and about with friends, but honoring your own time and making sure that you withdraw to appreciate yourself, leaning into friends for fun and for help and camaraderie, but at the same time, having time by yourself to enjoy your own company. That is a very healthy way to run life. Now, of course, this card indicates success and achievement of goals. So I definitely see that you are going to be very proud of yourself, that you accomplished a lot. Some of you are launching things in the month of December. And again, I feel like you are at the top of the pyramid. It feels very much like you are above competition, for example. So it could be that there's a promotion available, you get that promotion, or you hear about it and you'll step into it in 2025. For some of you, the 7 of Wands can indicate as well that you're going to have like sudden epiphanies. It's like when lightning strikes, you take action and you're like, yep, you're on top of your game. I mean, this card can indicate a lot of pressure. It can indicate that you do put yourself under a lot of pressure to be the best at whatever it is that you do, but I feel like you are mastering yourself in some way, and I feel you should be really proud of yourself. This card can also indicate that you need to be a little bit careful about doing so much, because it can leave your immune system wide open for a seasonal cold. So it can keep your defenses high, be on top of your vitamins, and all of those things, just to make sure that you are in a good position to avoid anything that could strike you down in your prime when you're doing all your stuff. Also, this card can indicate potential fights. Okay, I hate to say that, but a little bit of conflict there. But as I said, you withdraw from that. You don't want to have any part in that, because you're making sure that you kind of honor your time and your energy and not allow anyone to mess with that. 7 of Wands basically means that everybody wants what you're doing, or everybody wants to be where you're at right now, and they're not capable of the successes that you are right now because you invest so much. People don't see all the hard work and the investment and the sacrifices you make in order to run your life the way you run it. And of course, there's some ups and downs. They may see the successes. They don't see the losses or the times where you have not got what you truly wanted, or you've had setbacks in some way. They just look at what you've got and they feel a little bit jealous, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. There could be someone who basically, they look up to you, but at the same time, they're a little bit jealous of you. And you may see that in the way that they kind of deal with you in the month of December. A lot of you are defending your position. So it could be that you are protecting your finances at this time, or you are making sure you're on top of your responsibilities. This is a very serious card, okay? This indicates that you are seriously thinking about your future, securing it for you and your family. focusing, of course, on your finances. And, this is a rich person, okay, with rich in experience, rich in health, and rich in money. So I feel these are all the things that you're really focused on in the month of December. And of course, I feel like this extends to the people that you really care about. This card also indicates you enjoy the finer things in life, but you're not going to overindulge, or you're not going to spend too much. I feel like you're going to be strict with yourself. I also feel here you're a self-made person. You did all of this by yourself, and this is a big review month for you because you have the Hermit. So it can indicate that you're thinking about how far you've come and all the things that you accomplished, and you did this all by yourself. You should be super proud of yourself. But also, I feel like you may reflect on the things that were delayed or didn't go your way, but you realize that you're exactly where you are meant to be, and you're not going to sweat the small stuff there. I feel like you're someone who's very down to earth, and I feel a lot of you are very home proud at the end of the month, or you feel somewhere it's like where you belong. You feel like planting roots at a place. So it could be if you're going into real estate, or if you're searching for a property, you may actually save to invest in this property, or you're ready to kind of invest in this property. I would say make sure you get like some sort of surveyor in, or someone who gives the place a proper once over, someone who's in a position of authority to do so, who's qualified to have a look, because I feel that there is an energy here of something to do with water, okay? I don't like to give that message, but I would just check that out. For some reason it's coming through there. Ultimately, a lot of you may be even thinking about moving abroad eventually, and looking at where you feel like you belong. So you could be booking a vacation this month, or even booking it now for 2025 in a country that you feel an affinity with, that you think long term you'd like to be there. Now these may be just thoughts right now, because you have a lot of cards about thoughts. Thoughts become things, and I feel you're basically taking charge of your personal circumstances, and not wasting time is what I'm being given. So thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Angels. They want one more shuffle. Okay, so first card you have is own your time and give it meaning. Don't let it pass you by. And I definitely see that you're going to be super organized. You're strategizing. You're going to be very busy. At the beginning of the month, it feels like, business as usual. The pace starts to slow a little bit as you close out the year, but I feel you keep yourself busy with things. You keep yourself open and learning. Some of you may be, as I said, booking courses of learning, or doing something online that advances you in some way, because I feel this energy of advancement in the month of December. It says, be careful who you take advice from. Never take advice from someone who is not in the position that you want to be in. Very important there. But also I feel getting a second opinion. I think I mentioned that earlier about the property bit. Make sure you get like a qualified person to give you advice on something. Even if you're trying to make a large purchase, like a car, for example, I feel like you're going to get really good deals this month. It feels like you're trying to save at the same time as purchase, and you're going to make sure that you do that. But also I feel perhaps either take a friend along, or someone who is really au fait with cars, for example. I mean, you may be someone who is actually very knowledgeable about cars, but it could be that you notice something and you're like, and you investigate a little bit further. You may actually decide to not purchase a certain car and find the identical one elsewhere that is in better condition. Okay, so that's coming through as well. You will be a great success, but you'll have to go through it to get there. There's lessons to be learned, and I feel like you've been going through those lessons. You've been learning a lot. You have the Hierophant, you have the Hermit, you have the Six of Swords. I feel like you're coming out of that test in 2025. I feel this is a trajectory month where everything is a catalyst for change for you, and the energy shifts, so there is a smoother path for you. And finally we have, there's a path you're meant to be on, trust it. So trust the process, Trust the opportunities that come your way. Trust the things that you don't get as well, because that is clearing space for the good stuff to come. Sometimes, you know, we want something and the universe kind of acknowledges that sometimes we accept less than we truly deserve. The universe wants to deliver even better than what you thought you wanted in the first place. So be open to that. I feel there's a big change here for you. Just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we've got a button here and we've got the peacock. So this is a perfect time to show off your skills or embrace who you are. I mean, I really feel with this energy that a lot of you may be paying close attention to yourself aesthetically as well. You may pick up a new beauty product, for example, or you know, make an addition to your wardrobe that really enhances who you are or expresses who you are. Some of you may actually go out there and socialize a little bit more than usual. You know, the peacock can also be to network. It can be to, you know, get involved in events that are connected to your industry or get more involved in the community to meet like-minded people. The peacock, I always say, go and peacock yourself. It means you're in a period of allowing yourself to be seen and attracting opportunities, people, circumstances, and endeavors that are right for your situation. So I feel like you're in a highly attractive kind of energy. And I don't just mean the stay sexy message that came out there. I mean, you're a magnet right now for all the things that you desire because you're putting the hard work in the first place. So a lot of you are exhausted and you're like, oh, I just can't keep like powering on through. But I feel taking moments of respite in order to recharge your batteries and the Sagittarian energy is actually going to really promote major growth, major accomplishment. And you're going to see that this year, whilst it was difficult and turbulent at times and a bit of a struggle, that you are on top and the best is yet to come. You're in a secure position. I feel like you're managing your time, your money more effectively, and you're learning lessons along the way. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Capricorn. Thank you so much, and love and light.